What's going on YouTube? Matt Wacek here. Welcome back to my channel, and let's just cut straight into it. The entire goal of my YouTube channel is to document my journey of building basically my entire internet marketing company, scaling it up to 6 figures, and then eventually 7 figures with as much of that as profit as possible. So, and my core business with that is my digital marketing agency, and if you're watching this, you are probably either starting this type of business or you have one right now and are looking to probably take it to the next level and get it to that 6-figure revenue mark. And the very core of that is to build a list of people that you can get in contact with at your desire, whether it's through email or through Facebook Messenger, which I highly recommend setting up as well. But the reason being is that this is a list of people that are interested in either you, your company, or more so your products and services, which you can basically get in contact with on demand whenever you want, whether it's through sending emails on your autoresponder or sending it through Facebook Messenger if they're on a Facebook Messenger list, or through AdWords or Facebook ads when you upload your email list, and then dispatch retargeting ads. Very, very, very powerful, as opposed to interest targeting on Facebook, which can be quite difficult to convert right away. So anyways, let's hop into my computer, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing here with my agency and showing you how I can But anyways, let's hop into my computer here in a second, and I'll show you what I'm doing to basically convert as many people that are visiting my website. And I'm also going to be using a similar and I'm also going to be using, let's see. But anyways, let's hop into my computer here in a second, and I'll show you what I'm doing to basically convert as many people that visit my site as possible and get them onto my email list, as well as when I'm running ads to get people to opt into my email list, to send valuable content to, and then achieve the ideal goal of converting as many of them into paid clients as possible. So let's get into it. All right, so welcome into my computer. What we're looking at right here on my screen is basically the ugliest opt-in page that I've ever seen, but it, for some reason, works really well. It's worked in other niches, and it's worked well for my agency as well. Basically, it's just so super ridiculously plain and simple. This is from Alex Becker from like 2 years ago, but it still works. Logo, what it is, what they're going to be learning, or what the content is, and then one line to basically put away any skepticism, and then download now. They click it, and then yes, send me the 5 tactics, email address, download now, boom, 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 and then they're in. And that's all fine and dandy. However, we got to get people to this page, one, if they're on our website, and number two, you can take the same method that we're going to create here in a second to advertise, to attract people to come to your website and then opt in as well. So we're over here at Dr. Axe's website. If you've heard of him, he's huge within the health niche. Actually, there's a lot of good information on his website. I've learned a ton of information from his site. But at the end of all of his blog posts, which you should probably check out, I actually recommend it because there's some very good information here. But you can see he has this graphic right here that's advertising to get people to go to a webinar. What I'm going to be doing eventually, this will be a webinar for my agency as well. However, for right now, at this very point in time, until I have a good amount of results that I want to be able to essentially flaunt on a webinar, the goal is to at least get people on my email list. So you can see it's just an image with him, and it's very dynamic, and you can see exactly what it is that you're going to be getting, and then you just click the button free training now. You click it, it's going to take you to the webinar opt-in page where you can sign up and go watch the webinar. And as you can see, we come over here to this one about stevia, however it's pronounced, ashwagandha. There's the same image right here. So you can see a recurring theme here. The entire goal while someone is reading this is to get them to opt into his webinar, where I'm sure he probably sells like a $300 package of these essential oils, whatever the case may be. Either way, Dr. Axe or his team that's managing the marketing, they definitely know what they're doing. So it certainly makes sense to take a play out of his playbook, so to speak. And that's exactly what we're going to do here on this video for my digital marketing agency, and hopefully you can do it with yours as well. So let's hop over to Canva and design one of these types of banners for my agency. Okay, so we're over here at canva.com. Head over there. It's 100% free. You can sign up for their subscription as well. You get access to a bit more features, but the free one will definitely work at this point in time when you're just getting started. So what I am going to be using is the image size called Facebook app, and the pixel size is 810 by 450. So click that, and what you're going to do is be brought over to here where you can start designing your image. And what I did right away was upload an image pertinent to my niche, lawn care, landscaping, green industry, that type of business. And that's who I'm trying to find and trying to get to come to my website and get them to opt into my email list. You should do the same for whichever niche you've chosen, whether it's dentists, chiropractors, roofing contractors, whatever it is. Get something that's going to catch that type of business owner's eye when they are browsing around online or on social media, wherever it is that they are and whatever it is that you're advertising. And what I'm going to do next is scroll down here to find a triangle. Let's see if we can find it. So I'm going to grab this triangle right here and rotate it. Actually, I'm going to zoom out first. So we can rotate it And we're trying to replicate the way that this image over here looks with just the diagonal line here to separate the colors, and rotate it a little bit. So there we go with that. Now I'm going to change the color of this so that way we can actually get some text on there and it's readable. Maybe we'll do white. Yeah, we'll do white since my logo works good with that. All right, so I have my logo uploaded and placed here down at the bottom. Basically, it's showing the person that, okay, that's who's running this ad. That's where this image came from. Next, what we're going to want to do is add some text. And what we can do, because since we're running people to our opt-in page and that's where we want them to go, we can pretty much take these similar type of text. We can take similar headlines from this page and put them right into our design. Move this guy over here. That'll work for right now. That's not the final design by any means. Just going to go find some font. Right now I'm going to pause the recording, finish this design so that way you're not watching me trying to figure out what text I want. So that way you don't have to watch me try to figure out what font I want, size and coloring and all that type of stuff. So see you in a second. And the design is now done. So as you can tell, it's a different day. I'm wearing a different shirt than I was in the previous clip. But anyways, the design is all done. It didn't take me a full day to complete it. It's actually pretty quick. But basically, here's the finished product. I'm not that great of a designer by any means, but this will definitely get the job done. So basically what you'll need to do is just add text and choose the font that you like. I like the Lotto Heavy. Seems to work for all of these different texts. I prefer the Lotto Heavy, at least because it goes with my agency website's text theme that we are using on there. This lays out what it is that we're trying to get them to opt in for. So 5 tactics that will attract ready-to-buy clients to your business. And this is in the perspective of the person reading your site. And then a button here that says Get Access Now. And then what you're going to want to do is just click Download and then save it to your computer. So now here on the agency website, at the bottom of every single blog post, just like over here on Dr. Axe's site, you can add in a little bit of text above it if you want. Like for example with this, he says, from the sound of it, you have leaky gut, all this other stuff. Click here to learn more about the webinar, and then it's also the image to get you taken over to that opt-in page. So on my agency site, what I'm going to be doing is basically just putting in the image, and we're going to see how it works before working with text and doing all that stuff. But if you're using Optimized Press, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to go into Add an Element, and you're going to put in an Overlay Optimizer. If you're doing it with ClickFunnels, they'll have a similar type of process that you'll go through to add imagery like this to your page. But then you're going to want to do an image upload, grab your image. So add the image and then click Insert. And if you're using Optimized Press, you'll click the little edit tool here, and then you hit Add Element, go to Opt-in, and we're going to be creating an opt-in box. So someone's going to click on this, there'll be an opt-in box right there for them, so that way they can enter in their email address and click Get Access Now, or whatever it is that you want to have the call to action be. So basically we have everything set up here. What you're going to want to do is have the header be something along the lines of, yes, send me these tactics now, and then just a little bit of the privacy notice, and keep your email private. And I want to make it as easy as possible to get someone to opt in, so I disable the name because it does not matter if their name is in your email list quite yet, because it really doesn't matter if you have their name or not. All you really need is their email, because you want to just be able to get in contact with them. You want to make the process as easy as possible, and then when they do complete your application on your website, or call you or email you or whatever it is that they want, or whatever method that they use to try to contact you, because then at that point they are actually interested in becoming a paid client. Then you can collect all the information that you need: name, address, company name, all that type of stuff. But for this right here, all we want is just their email, because it's very, very easy. And then for the button that's the call to action, if you're giving them a PDF that they can download or get access to, whatever it may be, I've had the best results with it saying download now. This is actually a button that Alex Becker was giving away. I think it was through Lead Pages that he had it, but he was using Optimized Press. So all you have to do if you wanted to use a custom image like this, you basically just upload the file to your site and then add it in. Otherwise, you can create a custom button. It does not really matter. I've found that orange works pretty well for the color, at least with the theme of my website. Depending on the theme colors and whatnot of your site, it may be a little bit different. So now we're over here on the page, and when we take a look, we click this, and then it'll say, yeah, send me the 5 tactics now, download now. And then when someone opts in by entering in their email address, they click download now. They are then directed to the thank you page that I have set up with the pixel on it for both Google and Facebook. So that way, when running ads, I'm able to calculate how much it's cost me per lead, how many people opt in, all that type of stuff. But The other thing is, and there's another video on my channel that goes a little bit more in depth with the content that I have on that particular page, with basically introducing the brand, explaining to the person who's probably just seeing me or my company for the first time, and explaining to them that, hey, we're all about giving value first before we try to sell you something, and all that type of stuff. Basically saying that, hey, this is not a sales video, this is just an introduction to the brand, and then their content is sent to them. The PDF download or whatever particular type of opt-in bait that I choose to use will be sent to them right then and there. So the next step moving forward is to basically put this on every single page on my site where there is content similar to this. So basically all the blog posts, the end of everything. Just really the goal is to get as many people onto my email list as possible, because the more people that are on the list, the more that I'm able to build rapport and trust and get people warmed up to the brand, and then turn that into as many paid clients as possible. Another way to make this even more powerful is make it an exit intent pop-up. You can do this with ClickFunnels, you can do it with OptimizePress and any other page builders out there. You can have it so that way when their mouse leaves the page that you're on, a little pop-up will show up and say, hey, don't forget, download these whatever guide or something, whatever it is that you're giving away. Basically gives you a last-ditch effort in order to be able to try to capture that person as a lead. So look into doing that on your page as well. I'm going to be building that out. It's going to take a little bit of time here on my site because I have to manually add all of this because there are a decent amount of pages, but this is pretty simple. This is basically the first step you need to take in order to really scale your business and to not be out essentially pounding the pavement, if you will, trying to get clients. This makes things a lot easier because you can capture people that are on your website that may have just left because they didn't understand what it was that your site was about, or maybe they're brand new to marketing. But basically this is something that we can use to capture them as a lead, as a potential client, because we can help them understand what it is that our company actually does for their business and how our services benefit them. And one of the best ways to start building and scaling to 6 and 7 figures as an agency, really to have just a contact list where you can get in contact with people on demand, like I mentioned earlier in this video, and then you can also retarget those people that are on your list. And then it becomes an easier sale when it's retargeting because they've already opted in, they see your emails, they see your content that you provide them, then they see your ad, they're going to be a lot more likely to opt into whatever it is that you want them to do on your ad, or make a purchase, join a webinar, whatever it may be, and it just becomes a lot easier to sell to somebody because they know who you are. So this is one of the first steps you'll want to take in order to start building your agency and start getting clients. And again, this isn't necessarily going to make you a millionaire tomorrow, but it's going to definitely build the foundation to be able to scale up to multiple 5 figures per month or even 6 figures per month with your agency, because you're going to have this type of framework built out. Anyways, if you like this video, be sure to go down below, smash that like button, and be sure to go down below, subscribe, stay up to date on the journey, and follow along with what I'm doing with my business and apply it to your business. And hopefully you'll have success with your agency as well. My name is Matt Wacek. Thank you for checking out my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.